You keep going. Everything is mental, everything is in the head. I try not to let any type of weakness in my head, because in the fight, you can't let any type of weakness in. Yes, the punches hurt. Yes, it's dangerous. Yes, anything can happen at any given moment. But even if you get hit, even if you get hurt, you can't accept it. That's what makes me different from everybody.
David Benavidez believes every battle is won in the mind before it begins. He refuses to let doubt or weakness take hold, knowing that mental toughness is just as important as physical ability inside the ring. While he acknowledges that boxing is dangerous and every punch carries real consequences, he insists that accepting defeat is never an option. That unwavering mindset is what he believes separates him from everyone else. Now, Benavidez isn't simply preparing for another fight. He's chasing the cruiserweight crown. As training camp intensifies, the undefeated star is sharpening every aspect of his game for a potential unification showdown. His workouts feature fast-paced striking drills, crisp combinations, and relentless intensity, with every session designed to maximize power, precision, and endurance while maintaining peak efficiency from start to finish.
Yourself in your head, you're not tired, the body, you keep going. Everything is mental, everything is in the head. I try not to let any type of weakness in my head, because in the fight, you can't let any type of weakness in. Yes, the punches hurt. Yes, it's dangerous. Yes, anything can happen at any given moment. But even if you get hit, even if you get hurt, you can't accept it. That's what makes me different from everybody. I'm not gonna accept defeat ever. And I'm never gonna let anybody beat me in the ring. That's why I work my ass off every day.
David Benavidez continues refining his timing, combination punching, and ring control through demanding sparring sessions designed to mirror real fight conditions. Every round focuses on improving his precision, decision-making, and overall performance while allowing him to maintain the relentless pressure, high work rate, and aggressive pace that have become defining features of his fighting style. The focus then shifts to developing power and maintaining a relentless offensive pace. Known as the Mexican Monster, David Benavidez unleashes non-stop combinations on the heavy bag, building endurance without sacrificing power or precision. Every drill is designed to sharpen his punching volume, improve stamina, and ensure he can sustain constant pressure while delivering accurate, damaging shots under realistic fight conditions. David Benavidez's coaching team places a major emphasis on lower body conditioning throughout training camp, with specialized exercises focused on strengthening his ankles, feet, and overall base. The goal is to develop a stronger foundation that enhances his balance, footwork, and stability, allowing him to move efficiently, maintain control during exchanges, and generate maximum power from every punch.
What's up, man? Well, you off earlier one, your shoes.
You know, because we want to make sure that every time he is in the ring and he moves and turns his ankles from the ground up, that's the ankle work. And then in the next day, the B version is when we do the toes. 5, 6, 7, 8.
As excitement continues to build, David Benavidez identifies Jai Opetaia as the biggest challenge currently available in the division and makes it clear that he wants the fight to happen. While expressing respect for Opetaia's skills and accomplishments, Benavidez believes promotional and business complications have made the matchup far more difficult to finalize. Even so, he remains eager to face one of the division's top champions in what he views as a career-defining showdown.
I mean, I think that's the biggest fight in the world, especially at this weight division. You know, and that's definitely a fight I want. Like I said, I'm not scared of nobody. This is Monstro's world. And if he wants to get that fight, we get that fight. I don't know why he went to Zuffa. We could have made this fight right after this one. You know, but now I don't know if he got stripped by the IBF or what it is. You know, I'm not going to go over there and fight for a Zuffa title. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that would be a great fight to make in the future. And, I mean, I respect Jai Opetaia a lot. He's a great fighter. And I think he has to come back over here to make these fights happen because, you know, we can't make no fights in it.
Jai Opetaia believes a fight with David Benavidez would be easy to finalize from his side, insisting that he has been ready and willing to make the matchup happen. He suggests that repeated delays and ongoing excuses have prevented the negotiations from moving forward in a meaningful way. Because of the lack of progress, Opetaia believes Benavidez may eventually choose to explore other opportunities if the fight cannot be secured.
Man, that fight's easy to make on our side. You know what I mean? I've been ready. I've been, you know, I'll just hear excuses and you know, fucking this and that, you know, Buzz, reach out. How bad do you want to fight? How bad do you want to be undisputed cruiserweight? That's an easy fight to make. Yeah. You know, there's all these little excuses and stuff, but it is what it is, man. Yeah, I think he's going to take a different...
Meanwhile, Jai Opetaia has made it clear that the location of the fight is not a concern if it gives him the opportunity to become the undisputed champion. His main objective is to test himself against the very best in the division, regardless of where the bout takes place. For Opetaia, the mission is straightforward. Step into the ring, settle the debate, and prove who truly deserves to stand at the top of the division.
I don't care where it is. Honestly, I don't care where it is. I don't care. They call me and say we'll fight here, both done. I'll fight anywhere for that. You know, I want to become undisputed and I don't feel like where I fight is going to change that. You know, like, I'm just ready to fight. You know, I want to see, am I undisputed? You know, are you boys better than me? Fucking show me.
Jose Benavidez Sr. insists that his team has made sincere efforts to begin negotiations with Jai Opetaia's camp in hopes of securing the fight. According to him, discussions have stalled because repeated attempts to contact both Opetaia and his representatives have gone unanswered. From his perspective, the lack of communication raises doubts about whether Opetaia's team is fully committed to making the highly anticipated matchup a reality.
Opetaia, you know, Opetaia is talking all this shit also, you know. I'm gonna give you a little secret. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna tell you right now, remember what I'm telling you right now. Remember what I'm telling you right now. I got proof, you know. I've been talking to his manager. I've been trying to talk to him. They're not responding to phone calls. I send Opetaia, listen, I know you want to fight. Help me out. Get me to your manager. Let's talk about this fight. You know, give me here's my number. Tell the manager to call me. Let's make it happen. You know, the thing is sometimes, you know, these fighters, they want to fight, but the managers and the team knows that he's not ready for David. So that's why they're not reaching up.
Sean Zittel believes Jai Opetaia represents the toughest opponent currently available for David Benavidez. In his view, the challenge is not simply about comparing skill sets, but about facing a naturally established elite cruiserweight who has spent years competing in the division. Zittel suggests that giving Benavidez more time to adapt physically and gain experience at cruiserweight would significantly improve his chances before taking on a fighter of Opetaia's caliber.
Because Benavidez is better than him, pound for pound, but fights don't happen pound for pound. They happen in an actual weight class. And in a 200-pound weight class, Opetaia is a more chiseled, finished product in the cruiserweight division. Benavidez hasn't grown into that division yet. All the more reason why go back down to light heavyweight while your body can still handle it and finish your business there, then grow into cruiserweight to give yourself the best chance of beating Opetaia. Because Opetaia is a powerful, athletic southpaw in the cruiserweight division. He is going to be a tall task for David Benavidez, who I think at some point can beat him.
Building on that perspective, Andre Ward believes David Benavidez's future is becoming increasingly clear as he continues to establish himself in the cruiserweight division. Ward views a potential showdown with Jai Opetaia as the most significant fight that can be made, arguing that it would answer the biggest questions about Benavidez's place among the division's elite. In his opinion, proving himself against a champion like Opetaia now carries greater importance than returning to the light heavyweight division, making it the defining challenge of Benavidez's career at this stage.
I agree.
And I like the fight with Jai. I think the Jai Opetaia fight at Cruiserweight is the fight for me. That's the fight that I want to see. Jai has been the man at that weight class for a very long time. Now you got a new player in the division with a hot name and whose stock and whose star power is only rising. That's the fight I believe that needs to be made at the Cruiserweight division. We'll love to see B-Ball, but for some reason, the light heavyweight division just is not as appealing to me right now for David Benavidez. And again, I'm not sure that that's the right weight for him to fight, being that he's fought this weight and looked the way that he did. I think it's Cruiserweight or maybe go up and fight Alexander Usyk.
Offering a different perspective, Malik Scott believes David Benavidez possesses one of the most relentless fighting styles in boxing. He argues that Benavidez applies nonstop pressure while maintaining a high level of accuracy and effectiveness, a combination very few elite fighters can sustain. According to Scott, that constant offensive pace forces opponents to remain on the defensive for nearly every moment of the fight, making it extremely difficult to establish their own rhythm. In his view, Benavidez's relentless work rate and attacking style are what truly separate him from the rest of the sport.
To me, Benavidez is the most dangerous fighter in the world, and I'm including all divisions. We could talk about Shakurs, we could talk about Haney's, we could talk about all these Usyks and guys that's better than him technically. But I'm talking about as far as danger zone. When you are in the fight of your life from round 1 through round 12, David Benavidez, I've never seen nothing like him before. I've never seen hand speed like that on a consistent basis. I've never seen extension with that hand speed like that. He throw 8 punch combinations sometimes or even more. If he throw 13 shots, 11 of them got heat on him. Usually the more people throw, the more that the power is not there.
Despite his praise for David Benavidez, Malik Scott believes Jai Opetaia would present a legitimate threat because of his complete all-around skill set. He argues that Opetaia offers far more than natural strength, combining technical precision, ring intelligence, and the punching power needed to influence the way Benavidez approaches the fight. In Scott's opinion, those qualities could prove to be a decisive factor if the two champions eventually meet inside the ring.
And to me, Opetaia has knockout power, experience. He's a better boxer than even people like myself give him credit for. He's not just power, he has more to his game. But I think you have to have knockout power to give Benavidez respect. And out of those two, the one that has the power is Opetaia.
Expanding on that viewpoint, Devin Haney believes Jai Opetaia would present one of David Benavidez's toughest challenges at Cruiserweight. He credits Opetaia's experience in the division, physical strength, and well-rounded skill set as major advantages. Even so, Haney believes Benavidez possesses the extra level of talent, determination, and championship mentality needed to make the difference when the biggest moments arrive, giving him the edge in a potential showdown.
Well, Opetaia is the Ring Magazine champ. He got the Zuffa belt. That's true. He's considered the Cruiserweight champ, and clearly Benavidez is now the man, the name in the division. I think, Devin, that Benavidez would be favored to beat anyone in the division, probably the betting favorite, including Opetaia.
100%. I think he would definitely have to be. I think, like I said, this is something we've never seen in the Cruiserweight division. So I like Jai. I think that he's a good fighter, but I think that Benavidez is just a great.
Jose Benavidez Sr. acknowledges Jai Opetaia's talent and accomplishments, but believes he still has more to prove against elite-level opposition. In his view, Opetaia has not yet done enough to be considered one of the biggest threats to David Benavidez. Because of that confidence, Jose Benavidez Sr. says his team would have no hesitation accepting the fight and would welcome the opportunity to settle the debate inside the ring.
I think that it's a very competitive fight because, Jai, he has speed, he has power, he has experience, and he's been at the weight. But like I said, I just think that Benavidez is levels above.
Offering another perspective, Timothy Bradley believes David Benavidez would hold the advantage in a potential showdown with Jai Opetaia. He argues that Benavidez's relentless pressure, physical style, and high work rate would gradually force Opetaia out of his comfort zone and prevent him from fighting at his preferred pace. Bradley believes that once the momentum begins to shift, Benavidez's constant aggression and ability to wear opponents down would allow him to take control and ultimately separate himself as the fight progresses.
Opetaia, you know what? I think he's a great fighter. I met him at a fight. I want to give a big shout out to Opetaia. I think he's a great fighter. He's doing well, but I think he still needs the experience, you know? His last fight, I think he held back. He looked a little bit tired. He was struggling in there. He did win the fight to me, and I mean, he did win pretty much all the rounds. But, you know, I just think that he needs a little bit more experience. You know, we'll fight him tomorrow. Not a problem. Like I said, we want to fight him. At the end of the day, right now, the fighters that we want to fight are the big fighters, the dangerous fighters. Is he a dangerous fighter? Not now.
Teddy Atlas praises David Benavidez for consistently seeking out the toughest challenges available throughout his career rather than choosing the easier path. He believes Benavidez has repeatedly backed up his confidence by taking on dangerous opponents and embracing high-risk opportunities that many fighters would avoid. In Atlas' view, that fearless mentality is the hallmark of a true champion and one of the defining qualities that could ultimately shape Benavidez's legacy in the sport.
David Benavidez beat Ja Opetaia. Hell yeah, he beat Opetaia. Oh, I'ma double down. He gonna beat Opetaia. I double down on that one. He gonna beat Opetaia. See, Opetaia got good feet. Yeah, he can box, but he can be drugged into a fight. And if you know anything about David Benavidez, just like he did with Ramirez ass, he's the one of those guys that's gonna test your heart. He gonna test what you have in here. And once he go to Ja's ass and he tests what he has in here, Ja gonna lose his shit. Ja ain't gonna be boxing and moving around. Ja gonna be looking to fight. Ja gonna get tired too.
Taking a closer look at the tactical matchup, Coach Breadman believes Ja Opetaia possesses the athletic qualities needed to give David Benavidez serious problems. He points to Opetaia's speed, explosiveness, and punching power as attributes that make him a far more dangerous opponent than fighters who rely on size alone. In Breadman's view, Benavidez will need to remain disciplined defensively, avoid unnecessary risks, and stay focused throughout the contest if he hopes to overcome such a well-rounded challenge.
I always loved him because of his attitude on top of that he'll fight anyone, old school. You know, he puts his money where his mouth is. He wanted to fight Canelo, he's ready to fight Canelo. You know, he didn't get that, then, you know, he goes up to light heavyweight and he wins the title there. And then he goes up to cruiserweight. He'll take fights that, at least on paper, are risky fights that a lot of people wouldn't take, and he'll take them. He puts his money where his mouth is. He has the true confidence that you want in a champion. He believes in himself that he can beat anybody, and he shows it. And he's willing to make fights that can really leave him a great legacy by having that attitude.
Offering a different perspective, Andre Dirrell believes a potential showdown between David Benavidez and Ja Opetaia would be a closely contested and evenly matched fight. He argues that Opetaia's footwork, movement, and ring positioning will be critical to his success, but only if he remains disciplined and avoids prolonged exchanges with Benavidez. In Dirrell's view, controlling the distance, managing the pace, and conserving energy throughout the fight could be the keys to staying competitive over all 12 rounds. Expanding on his analysis, Andre Dirrell believes Ja Opetaia's best chance of success lies in controlling the tempo of the fight instead of trading punches with David Benavidez. He argues that making Benavidez work harder to find clean openings could gradually disrupt his offensive rhythm and reduce the effectiveness of his relentless pressure. In Dirrell's view, a disciplined game plan built around movement, distance management, and smart shot selection would give Opetaia the greatest opportunity to turn the fight in his favor as it progresses.